Hello viewers, I'm Jane, the ultimate Filipina. Today's episode is another one of my Believe It or Not stories. It's about Sandra, who was as kinky in a relationship, or one night stand as kinky can get. Her boyfriends, which she had many of, called her a super freak. That's because Sandra liked to be tied to the bed post by both hands and feet and have baby oil poured all over her and caused at repeatedly before she could enjoy intimacy and release. If you would not follow her ritual of kinkiness, your chance of seeing her again were slim to none. In fact, there was no banging at all if you did not bang under her terms and conditions. Before we continue, let me define a super freak for you so you can better understand Sandra and my story. A super freak is an individual, man or woman, that has no shame or hang-ups about unique, crazy, or abnormal sex. In the case of my story, it happens to be a woman named Sandra. However, the super freak Filipina can be your neighbor, friend's girlfriend, a clerk in the mall, or the nice nurse in the hospital. The super freak Filipina will talk dirty, get busy with the lights on or off, and pleasure herself while a guy watches. She knows she's good in bed and loves to reaffirm it every time she gets busy with a guy. This confidence allows a super freak to be adventurous and unafraid to try new things in bed, including banging herself with toys of all forms and types. In fact, Sandra tailored her freaky desire to each man's physique, personality, and demeanor. In other words, she was unpredictable and mean, who banged her always had a different story to tell of how I freaky the banging was. Now back to my story. Kelvin, a new arrival to the Philippines, thought all Filipina were Catholics and shy and reserved. So when he met Sandra at the mall, and they hit things off immediately, he couldn't believe his luck and how young, pure, beautiful, and sexy Sandra was. He asked her to go back to his room and she accepted. She asked him for 1,000 pesos to buy some things prior to going to his room. She purchased baby oil, two pint-sized bottles of Japanese sake, which were 30% alcohol, grapes, and extra strong zip ties. Calvin thought she needed them for her house later and had no idea they were for their copulation. To make a long story short, Calvin was not a drinker, but he did it as part of his new adventure in the Philippines. After drinking the sake, Calvin gradually fell to sleep. When he woke up, he was tied to the bed, post, spread eagle, and body fully covered in oil. Sandra was staring at him smiling, and he was butt naked, and so was she. He yelled at her to tie him, but instead, Sandra grabbed his shaft and massaged it until rock hard. She then jumped on top of Kelvin and gave him the thrill of his life. Kelvin was yelling in anger and pleasure, simultaneously. Then, after Sandra released, she screams too loudly. Kelvin released as well. Kelvin asked to be untied, but Sandra denied because she told him they had 3 more rounds remaining. When the whole event was over, Sandra untied Kelvin and Kelvin told her to get out of his room and don't come back. Sandra departed and Kelvin jumped into the shower to cleanse the oil from his body and called his friends in his home country and told them his first Filipina was a super freak. I'm Jane, the ultimate Filipina, wishing you an ultimate day, an ultimate life in the Philippines. Take care. Bye.